Okay, so this is 2024 Higher Level Maths Junior Cert paper, question 11. Work out the value of 12 minus 3k squared when k is minus 2. Okay, so what you're going to do is write down 12 minus 3, take out the k, put in a bracket, and then just stick in the number in the bracket. So the number is minus 2, so we're going to put that in there. So let's do that then. You've got 12 minus, now you've got to do the power first. You've got to remember BOMDAS, so you've got to do the power first. So minus 2 times minus 2 is plus 4. Then you've got 12 minus 3 4 is 12. Your answer there is just 0. Next one, factorize fully. Let's see, we've got pm plus 3p minus m minus 3. Now just looking at this, you can take out a p here, and there's nothing you can take out here other than 1. So I might do that in a few minutes, but what I'm going to do first is maybe switch these around. So I'm going to write down pm minus m, so you can see now we can take out an m, plus 3p minus 3. Here we can take out a 3. So let's work on that then. So I'm going to take out the m here. That'll leave me with p minus 1. So m times p, pm, m times minus 1, minus m. Here I'm going to take out 3. So that'll leave me with p minus 1. Again, 3 times p plus 3p. 3 times minus 1 minus 3. So the next question you've got to ask yourself is, have I ended up with the same thing in both brackets? I have. So that's fine. I can write down p minus 1 in a bracket multiplied by whatever is left over, which is the m plus 3. So that's one way of doing it. The other way, you could just leave it as it was and factorize it as it stands. So pm plus 3p minus m minus 3. So again, we're going to take out the p first of all. That'll leave you with m plus 3. Now over here, there's nothing obvious that you can take out of there other than 1. So I'm going to take out minus 1. So what do I need to multiply minus 1 by to give me minus m? Well, it's just going to be m. What do I multiply minus 1 by to give me minus 3? Well, it needs to be plus anyway. Minus times plus will give me the minus, and then 3. Again, have I ended up with the same thing in both brackets? Yes. So that'll leave me with m plus 3 in both brackets multiplied by whatever's left over, p minus 1. And that's exactly the same as this. It's just the other way around, but multiplication is commutative, so that's fine. So that's part B. Let's have a look at part C. Graph each of the following inequalities on the number line given. So in the first case, we've got x is less than 2 and x is an integer. So let's do that. So x is less than 2. So there's 2 there, so it has to be less than 2, but x is an integer. So the next integer less than 2 is 1. The next integer is 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. And we can put an arrow there as well to show that it goes on forever. Okay, second one then is x is less than or equal to 3, but this time x is a natural number, less than or equal to 3. So we're going to include 3. We're going to include 2, we're going to include 1, but because it's a natural number, we don't go any further. 0 is not a natural number, so that's where we finish. Last one then, we've got x is real. So we have x between minus 2 and 4. Now x is greater than minus 2, so we're going to start on minus 2. We're going to put a circle around minus 2. We're not going to fill it in because minus 2 is not included. We've got to go up as far as 4. Now 4 is included because it's less than or equal to 4. So we're going to put a dot here and we are going to fill that in. And then we're looking at all the values in between that are real. You can think of real and the word river. So we've got to kind of draw a river, if you like, up along here like this. And that's it really. That's it for that part of the question. Let's have a look at D. Write the following expression as a single fraction in its simplest form. So we had 5x minus 2 over 3, and we've got to add 2 over 5x plus 2. So generally the way you're going to do these is you're going to write down the common denominator for both of these denominators here. And normally the way you would do that is just multiply the two of them. So it's 3 times 5x plus 2. So what you've got to do is say to yourself, what did I do to that 3 to turn it into this down here? Well, I just multiplied it by 5x plus 2. So you've got to multiply the top by 5x plus 2. I mean, that fraction there is exactly the same as this fraction here. Why? Because you can cancel that with that and you're just left with this fraction up here. Okay, so let's continue on then. Let's write the other fraction then. You've got to say to yourself, what did I do to that fraction to turn it into this fraction? I multiplied by 3, so you've got to multiply the top by 3. And that's it. So in other words, that fraction there is exactly the same as this fraction here. Why? Because the 3's will cancel and you're left with the top fraction. Okay, so let's simplify this now. So it says write it in its simplest form. So what you've got to do here is multiply at the top. So it's 5 times 5, 25x squared. You've got to multiply this by this, this by this, this by this, and this by this here. So 5 is 25, x times x, x squared. 5x times plus 2 is plus 10x. These two here now, minus 2 times 5x is minus 10x. And then these two here, minus 2 times plus 2 is minus 4. Let's do these two, plus 2 times plus 3, plus 6. All divided by, let's see if anything will factorize and cancel here. So I won't multiply that out yet. But let's see, we've got 25x squared on the top. We've got minus 10x plus 10x, which will give us 0. And we've got minus 4 plus 6, which is plus 2. I'm just looking at the bottom. There's no way of factorizing this to give us one of these that might cancel. So I'm just going to multiply out the bottom. I don't think you really have to, but let's multiply it out anyway. 3 5's 15, x plus 3 2's 6, and that is it. And that's it for this question.